And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before the game. Important to make a splash in hostile territory. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And here's a look at some numbers for LeBron.
His assist numbers in the past 5 games have gone in the wrong direction. He's been out of sync with his teammates, sort of playing on an island instead of as part of a 5-man unit.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, we all saw the media frenzy that surrounded Anthony Davis when his plans to leave New Orleans emerged. He said, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard, championships, all that stuff matters the most to me. Between money or legacy, my legacy will win that battle every time. Kevin?
Winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. Just looking back, you played on a few Christmas days. What was your personal favorite?
Well, I'll tell you, anytime you can beat 2 Hall of Famers and a Hall of Fame coach, you know, that's a special time. So anytime you can beat Shaq, Kobe, and Phil Jackson is pretty special. And I remember beating the Lakers on the road a couple of times there for Christmas. And it's so special because it's the one day you know the basketball world is tuned into you. And, you know, everyone's at home playing with their train sets, their remote-controlled cars, their dolls, and they're taking a little time to hang out with you. It's really cool playing on Christmas Day.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. JaVale McGee is out there with Davis. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Beverley looking around. Over in the corner, Harkless. 6 on the shot clock. From the arc, it's hauled in by LeBron. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, and there's really no excuse for it, GA. I mean, they know they need to play in more control.
Now here's Leonard. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. James against Beverley. And that one's good. James.
And if you're the defense, what can you do? James is too strong, too focused on these finishes.
Green against George. Here's Zubac. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Here's Davis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Pass to Leonard. Over Caldwell Pope. Leonard, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And for the Lakers, 6 straight seasons outside the playoffs. Can you believe it's the worst record in the NBA over that span? I mean, for the league's premier franchise, it's not what they're accustomed to.
And the Lakers have an illustrious past, Chris, but they can't rest on their laurels.
Yeah, you're right, Kev. Teams around the league are getting more advanced with their scouting. The Lakers taking steps to ensure they remain on the cutting edge.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
At this point of his career, McGee knows who he is, a hustler, an energy guy who uses his athleticism to his advantage.
He doesn't get the second one. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name on the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
The shot's good from LeBron.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
Tough to win games like that on the road, even with all the great work they did.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at the Lakers earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far. And they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, the Los Angeles Clippers. They're sitting in third place.
And when I look at the Clippers, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
Well, yeah, Greg, I mean, they had a plan coming into the year. I mean, they stuck to it, and it's worked to perfection.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And he knocks down the first one. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Harrell's checked in. And both free throws good for Paul George.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
James against Beverly. It's tipped. To the inside. The shot by George, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Green finds James. Pulls up, trying to get open. It's Davis. LeBron can't get it to go.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Leonard against Caldwell Pope. George with the ball. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Here's Leonard. And that one goes long. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's tipped and stolen by Harrell. Now George. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. And that one's good. Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Davis. 32 points for him last game against Denver.
And how about his defense? I mean, 4 blocks on the night. They couldn't keep him down.
Now Beverly, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Well, you might have been wondering who the top scoring small forwards have been over the last 10 games. Wonder no more. Here's a peek. Paul George on top.
You know, call him whatever you want. But the bottom line is he just finds a way to score. And when he gets going, he can tear the rest of the NBA to shreds.
That's one thing we've learned about him. When he gets on a hot streak, it could be a long time before he cools down.
And the Clippers call time here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Some bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
Some changes for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Bradley comes in for Danny Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for LeBron. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Maurice Harkless. Rodney McGruder comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. No one covering. Lakers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Kuzma inside. He's coming off a 16-point game against Denver.
And his impact wasn't just on offense. He played great D. Blocked 2 shots. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot he didn't do in that game.
Here's McGruder. Following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. Now, here's Shamet. 14 points from him the last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, it shows you how much pressure he put on the defense. Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Lobbed up there for Howard. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers on top, up by 4. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And we welcome you back to NBA action, a great tradition. Christmas Day basketball here on 2K Sports. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters.
Wow, hammering it in!
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Here's Kuzma. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3. Chris, this is a specialty of yours. Which current bigs are best at finishing contested shots right at the rim?
Oh, well, I'll tell you this, the best big in the league last year, averaging 17 points, scoring in the paint, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
I mean, he'll dunk on anybody. Move out the way. He finishes. What about Embiid inside? What about Gobert? What about Boogie Cousins? Should I continue? I can keep going because the big man is back, baby.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Alex Caruso comes in for Bradley. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Cook. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
Shamet finds Harrell. Back to Shamet. Outside Williams. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Rondo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And some great moments for Rajon Rondo. Helped Boston to a title back in 2008. And as we know, he's a 4-time All-Star.
Yeah, one of the most honorary, toughest, and smartest players in the league. He devours films. I mean, he makes his son watch film. You see that his 4-year-old son is watching film with him. What's going on, man? But he's made it clear, once his playing days are done, he wants to be an NBA coach.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
And he's good on the second.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Williams looking over the floor. That's his 4th miss from the floor. He's made 2 of his shots. Lakers leading by 5. The wide open look here for Kuzma, and it comes off the front of the rim.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Williams passes to Mann. Zubac's with it. Passes it to Mann. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Davis. 2nd in blocks, 6th in scoring, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And as you said, 1 rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. Tries it from 9. Count that bucket. Davis has got 6.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Here's Williams. McGee with the block.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the rejection by Harrell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. LeBron, he's checked in for the Lakers. The Clippers also changing it up. Leonard, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Paul George comes in for Rodney McGruder. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Caruso. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Count it. Leonard's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Rondo, bounce pass. Caruso, the pass to Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. With the floater, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And how about the focus there from Rondo? Doesn't let the D get to him, able to complete that play through contact.
Zubac, the pass to Beverley. Now George. Outside Leonard. Just his first attempt. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And it's McGee with the jam.
And you see why McGee's teammates lob it up his way, because they know he can go up and get it.
Clippers trail by 9. George passes to Zubac. 1:36 left in the second quarter. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Chris, more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when I was with Dada, I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
Really love doing it on the road. At home is really cool, but on the road is great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements to wear your jersey and to be the only one there. So you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect.
Yeah.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Caldwell Pope comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Bradley's checked in for Alex Caruso. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. James looking around. Outside Bradley. Back to LeBron.
Well, last season, LeBron James dealt with injuries. I mean, he ended up playing just 55 games. That's the fewest in his career. He's hoping he stays healthy this go-round.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that
Well, the GOAT watch continues. Every year, every accomplishment goes into the analysis. I mean, LeBron will probably never be able to escape it.
one. And the Clippers making a switch here. Green's checked in, so we can't get either to fall. Clippers trail by 7. George finds Harkless. Now here's Leonard. Defense is right there. Outside Green. The Clippers need to get off a shot. George way outside. And the Clippers miss again. Lakers leading by 7. Bradley deciding where to go with it. Caldwell Pope outside. Shot on the wing. Another shot. And Howard with the lay-in. Howard's got his first points of the night.
Throughout his career, Howard has dominated the boards. The size, touch, and timing he possesses is just a lethal concoction.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George against Bradley. Takes it from 10. The shot by George, no good. The pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Bradley. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Count it. And now it's an 11-point Laker lead.
Love the focus from Howard. So excellent at draining difficult shots over the defense.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Oh, man, that is important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got to offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They played a determined brand of basketball in the second quarter and began to pull away as we reached the half. That 11-point lead must be looking good to them right now. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. They've got Paul George. Harkless is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point. No good. Shot missing. Outside, George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Caldwell Pope. Chris, are there specific types of plays where you feel the whistle gets blown maybe a little too often and a little too early?
Well, sometimes for a guard, when he's defending a guard and the pick and roll comes and he fights through that pick, and as a guard, offensive player, I can stop and let you bump into me and shoot the ball. I think the refs just have to be smart with it. Sometimes it's a foul, but every time it's not, just because of the situation or the flop. And also, you just don't want players to be bailed out when the defender is in a good position. But that's what makes the game so great, is the fact that as an offensive player, you got to try to manipulate and find out where you can sneak yourself in the gray areas of the rules. And as a defensive player, how can you use your skill, your will, and then your IQ not to get caught with your hand in the cookie jar?
Green passes to Davis. He dishes it to James. Outside for Caldwell Pope. No good on the 3. Clippers trail by 9. Outside Leonard. Pass to Beverly. Now here's Zubac. Covered by LeBron. Zubac, the pass to Beverly. Outside, George fires for 3. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Over Leonard. It's hauled in by Zubac.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
And Beverly kicks to Zubac. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Davis.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's LeBron, the 15-footer. Good. LeBron's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
And the Lakers with some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for JaVale McGee. The Clippers also changing it up. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
The Lakers have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. And that one falls for Davis. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my
They'll love
God.
it.
This
You
would
better
be
believe
great.
it.
Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Pass to Harrell. Harkless kicks to Magruder. Shot clock at 6. From deep, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Williams passes to Harkless. Out to the right wing. And here is Harrell. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Howard's checked in for the Lakers. Bradley comes in for Alex Caruso. And the Clippers making a change here as well. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Rodney Magruder. Rondo finds Bradley. The Clippers grab the miss. Harrell's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Shamet, and Davis sends it back. Kuzma outside. Outside Rondo. Passes it to Davis. Clock at 6, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Then on Tuesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
On three-point shooting, I mean, the strength of Bradley's game offensively, incredible.
And the Clippers call time here. And Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace to ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
And the Lakers making a change here. Cook's checked in the foul on Avery Bradley. That is his first foul of the game. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Green. And so here are the Clippers. They trail by 16. Outside Leonard. Clock at 4. To end the cold streak. And no good that time. And the Lakers take it the other way.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
On the wing, Williams over Davis. And the Clippers miss again.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Poked away and stolen by Harrell. Here's Williams. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Mann passes to Williams. The three. Drills it from outside. Williams has got 7.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. But either way, it's a tough shot.
Here's Bradley. That one wide left. Clippers trail by 13. Williams with the ball. He has 7. 12 seconds left in the third. Fires from deep. Williams missing again. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Lakers lead by 13. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Howard. Cook out there with Bradley. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 spot. And George kicks to Harrell. Outside Williams. Floats one. And it's sent back by Howard. Inside. Here's LeBron. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. Some changes for the Lakers. JaVale McGee comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Green in for Avery Bradley. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Here is Cook. Outside, Green. Now the pass to James. Now McGee. 6 to shoot. Cook kicks to Green. Knocked loose. George with the ball. Now Green defending. Goes up. And then George with the jam.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Leonard against Caldwell Pope. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Pass to McGee. Caldwell Pope outside. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Here's James. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And the mental fortitude of James. Even when the defense is there, he pays it little attention.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. George looking around. Floats it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Passes to Caldwell Pope. Dishes it to LeBron. That shot no good. Great D that time from Harrell.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with the chance to win. And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell.
when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Cook. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Harkless is checked in for Harrell. Good on both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Lakers leading by 9. Outside, Davis. He kicks to LeBron. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Beverly, the pass to George. Releases. And right through it goes. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
He's been a different player since halftime. Coming on strong now.
Outside, Green. Back to James. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And the basket is good.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yo, it would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. You got to keep the pressure on.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Lakers now. Davis dishes to LeBron. Back to Davis. Shot clock at 5. Over Harkless. And the Lakers with another miss. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Here in the 4th, they've allowed just 4 points. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis. Caldwell Pope against Leonard. Caldwell Pope passes to Davis. They need this one. Over Harkless. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 5. Nobody near George. From outside, off the mark.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Now here's James, defended by Harkless. The shot that time, not on target. Clippers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. George, no good. Basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 7. 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite.
Yeah, and that quick first step that Caldwell Pope possesses is lethal. Drawing the contact there thanks to his aggressiveness.
It's the first that stretches their lead to 8.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, the game got away from them, but hopefully they've learned some things, and hopefully they'll be able to make some adjustments next time. But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at three.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Two.
And the first of two, no good, heartbreaker.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 6. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, right now it's technically a two-possession game, but that means you'll have to hit 2 threes without your opponent scoring again.
.23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Leonard on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. It drops.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
And they're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Oh, with a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
And Davis sends it back. Leonard with the steal. From deep three-point range, that one misses. And so the Lakers take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that. It
does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.